Hello and welcome back. Thanks for all of you who are still here, because I seem to lose more subscribers than I accumulate. So, I'm a very special kind of madness. I'm Lady of Lady and the Frogs, and this is some of my frogs. I am an eBay reseller, so that's generally what I put on here. I do say I'd like to do some decluttering, but I'm absolutely hopeless and I'm just descending into chaos. It's more like an episode of Hoarders. So, I'm quite chilled this morning. It's Monday morning, something or other. Is it the 9th? Yes, it's the 9th. And it's nearly 10:30. I have flogged myself last week doing a stock take and going through all my boxes and ending stuff. This is one of my boxes. I'm not finished. I've been ending all of my clothing stock and doing a sell similar and sort of tweaking some of the stuff, checking it over, filling out every item requirement box, including the ones at the bottom where it says additional, because the amount of times those additional ones suddenly float up into the required. I just thought, right, I'm going to fill in every one of these things, and if that means that I get more views because all of the boxes are filled in, even if half of it's just garbage, at least I'm doing it and I'm putting something in these boxes, because if they're there, I'm going to fill them in. That's my attitude at the moment. So, I only have one thing at the moment which is saying that that it needs required specifics, but it's a book and it wants professional grading, and who's going to pay professional grading? No, it's just a crappy little book. But anyway, the reason that I did all of that last week, I was supposed to be having a sort of easy week just sitting here doing Lego, which is what I wanted to do, but they had a final valuation fee discount thing on all week, and I just thought, right, well, this is going to light the fire under my arse, and it really did. I was working up until 11:30 last night, much to the annoyance of my husband, because I just thought, no, I'm going to get as much on as possible, because it's transactional. The last time they did it, out of the 100 that apply, I only had 52. I mean, I know that that's like 52 is the amount of, the percentage of people who voted for Brexit, which is why we're now in this chaos. So, 52 can make a difference, but I was determined to try and up that figure. Even if it's some of the lower value items that are going on it, it's still a little bit of discount. So I just thought, let's just go for it. I need to go through these boxes. It was well worth me doing, because now my boxes are tidy. I know that everything that is listed is in those boxes, and it's not been randomly, listed itself. Some of the stuff that had fallen off, for that random reason that we really don't know why. Some of those things I was able to catch before the template disappeared. And some of the stuff hadn't had a listing refresh until since January. So it really, really needed this listing refresh. I can't believe I went through that whole lockdown with stuff that I could have refreshed on the listing, and I never did. I've also shifted a bunch of it on auction, and with my auction stuff, I use the automation thing. So I select an automation thing, and then I have it schedule it to relist about 2 or 3 days later, just so that it's like finishing on a different day. So we'll see what that does. I've had a diabolical week last week. I really needed to have a good week last week, and it was just terrible. So frustrating. Just low value stuff. And then the people who did turn up to buy stuff were a bit, just the worst type. Didn't read things. Haven't read measurements. Didn't realise that they were now fat knackers. And just the amount of returns that I've had in the last few weeks. Somebody was like saying that something was fake, so they sent that back. I had to pay for the label because they said it was fake. So somebody needs to tell John Lewis that they're selling fake stuff, because I used the description and, you know, name of the shirt from their website. So, you know, some people you can't help them. And now I've got somebody else who I rushed these Lego parts out to them on Saturday. Yeah, that's weird. How have they already got them? Yeah, I don't know how they've got them, because I posted them on Saturday and they said that they've got them now. They opened a return yesterday. So how the hell can they have possibly have got them? What a weirdo. What a weirdo. Don't tell me that they have like Sunday deliveries. Yeah, so that's bizarre. So they've said, yeah, it's definitely the wrong size wheel. So they've opened a return on them for a £3 item, a piece of Lego. I wouldn't have the gall. I have ordered spare parts of Lego before for things that I'm doing and realised that I've ordered the wrong bit. And I just haven't had the gall to return them. But, you know, some people, you know, I remember the address because each line of the address had the word Dingley in it. It was something like Dingley Farm, Dingley Road, Dingley World. So it was just, yeah. But there you go. I do have 9 things to post today. No real banging prices that I've got on these. And yeah, I am knackered. I'm knackered because what I did last week, I really didn't want to do last week, because it was, you know, the week of a woman's life where we like to just boss a bit. And in my case, I have to be really careful, you know, because I've got, they've told me I've got very small fibroids, but I'm not sure if, I don't know why my symptoms are now like so horrendous that I'm like, well, basically my washing this morning, I did my washing this morning and it's like a display of every pair of leggings that I've got because it's that bad. So I'm on the dregs of my leggings here and I'm feeling like these are going to go for a burn in a minute. So this is a whole load of CDs. So I know that I've paid about 50p for each of these CDs. So this isn't a fantastic sale because I've only got 12 for them. But then I just thought, well, it's been there for a while. People don't do CDs anymore. This sold random... excuse me, breakfast. This sold randomly last night. It's French Connection. French Connection are a bit crap, aren't they? I won't pick up French Connection anymore. So there's just a tie. I've got £8 for that, so that's a good one because, you know, that'll be under 100 grams. And then this, which will fall into the offer. So this is white stuff. It's just a pair of trousers. So £15 I got for that. So generally with this offer, it's only when something's over £20, 25, 30 that it's really worth it. But, you know, it'll still apply some discount to my fees. And then I've also got £15 for these. These have been knocking around for a while. I have 2 pairs that are almost exactly the same. I think they're exactly the same design. They're Calvin Klein. Yeah, I think there's a minor flaw on these, and then the other ones are really great. But I've only got these ones listed at the moment. Well, now they're sold and paid for. So I just thought, well, I'll let them go, and then I can actually get the other one out of the box and list them. So yeah, I accepted 15 on them because they have been around for at least 4 months with no interest. I don't know what price I had. I must have had 25 on them. Calvin Klein's one of those things, along with French Connection, which is now down the pan in terms of kudos. So I can get the other ones listed now. I was terrified that if I had them both listed at the same time, I would send the wrong one off. And then somebody'd get the one with the flaw and they weren't supposed to. And I just thought, well, I just won't list the other one, then I know that I won't make that mistake. So this is just it's a short sleeve shirt. I'm not going to unfold it because I can't be arsed. Everything's nicely folded to see now. Just fat face. That's £15, but it's summery, so it needs to go. So I did all my coats as well. I went through all my coats, which have been knocking around. So this suit jacket was in with it. This has sold for £20. This, it's Ted Baker. Ted Baker is crap. Elevated. It's just the jacket, so obviously it doesn't have the trousers, and it'll probably come back because they haven't read it or something, or they've grown a pair of tits and can't get it on. But I'm glad to see the back of that because I've had that for at least a year. Ted Baker is a very weird thing. This is another of my Ted Baker things, for example, and this is sold for £25. So a collared sort of blousey type t-shirt thing. What's this one? 3, so that's size 12. And it's got magpies on it, not even parrots or anything like that. It's got magpies on it, and I think that's what I put on it, and I got 25 for that. So that's really good. Then this sold at midnight on Saturday, and I just thought, brilliant, they won't pay. But they did. Annoyingly, the last thing that I did, these are all tops, the last thing that I did, and which is what I still have here, which you can see here, and, well, yeah, behind the frogs, that's the rest of my stock take that I was doing last night, which I just stopped doing because I just thought, I've got to draw a line under this, because now any checking that I'm checking over any for any errors isn't going to be doing me any good because I'm so tired, I'm not paying attention. Yeah, so these tops, that £25 top didn't get on the final valuation thing because it had already sold. Yeah, so this one sold at midnight, and I thought, oh, they're not going to pay 15 quid for that. I can't pronounce that. What is it? Napadura something or other. I don't know. This is a TK Maxx thing. I haven't bought it from TK Maxx because my charity shop is right, the charity shop that I always go to is right next to a TK Maxx. So they donate a lot of their crap to them. So I'm quite lucky in that I can get that for £2. So decent sale on that. And then I've got this top here, which is just a little vest thing, linen. This is Lakeland. I don't really like Lakeland, but I just thought it was quite nice with the tassels, but I've ended up putting it on auction for £9.99, and that's what I've got for it. So that's what I've got to post. I'm going to do it now. I'm going quite slowly. I think I'm going to go out sourcing tomorrow because I'm very well aware of the fact that I haven't been sourcing. I'm getting a bit of like fear of missing out, as you do. I'd like to go out tomorrow because I'd like a walk. I just feel quite unfit because I haven't had a walk. So if I do my 2 charity shops that I really like, goodness, there's somebody stood on the scaffolding over there. I wonder if they're going to throw themselves off. They look ominous. There'll be just the sort of thing that happens around here. Somebody commits suicide. I once, when I lived in the Keys, we lived on the 13th floor. So, you know, we were quite high up, and I could see the tram stop in Man United, and I saw somebody walking over and they weren't looking, and they walked on the tram lines and got hit by a tram. And when you're standing so far above everybody and you can see something happening, it's just like, no, but you can't do anything because I'm like, you know, even if I yelled, he wouldn't have heard me. So the tram sort of hit him and he sort of fell into this sort of hedge thing, and he was okay. But it was just like so bizarre. So that's the trouble, is that you see things happen, but because you're so far up, you can't do anything about it. You can't like run to the rescue because you're a million miles away. But anyway, what I was saying is I'm going to go out tomorrow because if I go to the two places that I really like, which standalone charity shops, it'll give me a 3-mile walk. Yeah, a 3-mile walk. Yeah, that one's a 3-mile walk. The other one that I do, which I haven't done for 2 or 3 months, I don't think I've even been to my place that I like to go over there. I haven't even been there since they opened. Or maybe I did. Yes, I did, because I did a massive week of sourcing. But I haven't been since because I don't know. I feel like I've got too much stuff. And although I don't want to overspend, I will be very picky and I'll go and it'll give me a nice 3-mile walk tomorrow and I'll enjoy that and it'll make me feel better. Provided the event is over. But who even knows? No word from the NHS. No word from the NHS on anything useless. Right, I'm going to do the post now. I might show you the state of my stock take. I may even show you my boxes. I'm quite proud, even though that's one of the, 7 deadly sins. I'm quite proud and happy. And it's made my mind feel a bit more tidy. The fact that I haven't done the stuff that I need to do doesn't help. I'd like to just sit and play with Lego today. However, I really want to get some more of the clothes photographed that I've got. One of the things that I have had, I will actually show you. I'll just slip over here. So this is some of the stuff which I have listed. This was some of the stuff which yesterday I took a whole load of photos. I did some ironing and pressing and I took a whole load of photos of some of the stock which I had, things that I picked up that were waiting to be listed. So these are the things that I've listed. This is something that I picked up. I paid £2 for this, maybe 3. So this, quite a weird one though. So this I got from the charity shop. Now this is Cacharel. It seems like something like really bizarre to find at the charity shop. This may be that this is another one of these things which they have at TK Maxx, but it's a really nice little bodice. Now some of the Cacharel stuff sells for around the £200 region, but it's really hit and miss as to whether things sells well abroad, not so much here. So I've put that on for 30 and I'm going to cross my fingers. And then this is all stuff, all of this, which is stuff I listed yesterday, is stuff which has actually been donated to me from a relative, which is so nice because I haven't had to pay anything and they don't want anything for it. They were going to take it to a charity shop and they just said, well, I'd rather give it to you. So they've waited and waited until we were able to see each other, and I have listed all of this stuff for free. So these are all, this is some of the better stuff because I went through it. I've got 2 big bags. Some of the other stuff won't fetch that much. Some of it is like vintage stuff. I need to like look into it. Some of it's got a few marks on it which I need to wash. So I sort of sat there waiting for me to do, but I just had a cursory look through and just grabbed the stuff which I knew I needed to try and get on yesterday, before this offer ended. So this first thing here, I have sold loads of these. I've had a number of these. When I say loads, previously I've had them, and this was a really easy one to do because I had like a template of this, and I'd sold the last one for 20. But obviously this one is new with tags. That's Ted Baker, new with tags, originally £60. I mean, it just begs belief because I don't think Ted Baker is all that quality. I've put that on for 30. We'll see. Somebody will probably send me a stupid offer on it. And then this is Joseph Ribkoff, a very niche style. it's got bell sleeves, lace up like wench style bodice, and collared, and butterflies, sheer. You know, it's a niche, but somebody will love it. I think I've put that on for 30. I probably end up getting 25 for that. So, you know, we'll see. And then this is like a cardigan cover up. I found the listing for this on what do you call him? John Lewis. John Lewis is always very good for finding descriptions of things, because they seem to just have infinite storage on their website and they never delete anything. I don't know how they do it. So yeah, Ted Baker coverall. It's a cardigan, but it doesn't have any buttons on it, so it's just the sort of thing that people would just have on holiday. Like, it's like a beach cover up, I would say, really. This was originally £109, so there we go. So I've put that on. I've put 50 on that because generally the stuff was around the £100 mark, but I just thought, well, I don't want it kicking around forever. So that's what I've tried it on. And then this is a brand that I've had before on its own. So this is Desmond and Dempsey, but this is by H&M. So tags look like that. Some of the stuff seems to be going okay. Some of it doesn't, but I couldn't find anything very similar. Well, I could find one that had gone on auction for £7 for this, but I just thought, well, they're just fools to themselves. The last Desmond and Dempsey thing that I had on was a pyjama thing. It looked really good. It sold for £140 originally. I put it on auction and got the starting bid of £10, so I'm not taking that risk. This is an all-in-one jumpsuit thing. I did put the word dungarees in, although that's not a bit. People do search for dungarees rather than play suit, jumpsuit. So it's linen. I rushed it on now because, you know, maybe we'll have that spurt. We always have a nice hot September, don't we? Once the kids have gone back, they can sit in their classes and go, why wasn't it like this in August? Because God is playing a dirty trick on you. So there you go. This dress, I think I put it on for 30 because Joseph Ribcarb is a bit strange. Maybe I didn't put it on for 30. I don't know. It's probably something that Kate Middleton wore, and I should have really looked into it more carefully. Joseph Ribcarb, just a very classic style dress, and the pockets are actually pockets. Because sometimes these things, they have pockets which go nowhere. And then we have LK Bennett, just a long sleeve animal print type thing. Yeah, leopard, that should go all right, but it is missing a belt. There are some belts in there, but it doesn't match it, so I don't think it went with it. We've put that on for 30 because, you know, I've got a lot of LK Bennett stuff and a lot of it doesn't really sell, but it's like I've got something, I think it's the Elise dress, and that's supposed to sell for around the 50 mark, but will mine sell? No. And I've got mine on for 30. I think maybe that's it. Sometimes I just put things on so cheap they think that I've been knitting it out back. That's their problem. Anyway, it's my first time ever finding Rebelle a couple of months ago. They haven't sold. But they're so stretchy. I like really want to keep them. And then my relative has given me these. I would hope that I can sell these a bit faster because of the print on them. Yeah, so these are the rose. One of the things I always seem to like forget when I've obviously only photographed it twice, but this size label always seems to like hide itself. So watch out for that. If you find them and you're photographing them. I've put them on for 30, I think. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I don't know what the market is actually like for them, because some people seem to be doing really well and some people not. So it's all a bit peculiar. And then the last thing that I managed to get on yesterday, because it was pouring with rain yesterday as well, so it wasn't like the best for taking photos. This is a pure silk dress and it is really nice, and it's by Nougat London, which is something I've probably seen it before and just disregarded it, but it does appear to be quite good, so I won't be disregarding that anymore. So there you are. There are benefits, you see, to people knowing what you do, and people will give you things. It's really appreciated that, because obviously all the stuff I've got in there as well, I can learn something about the brands. I've got various Zara things as well, which I wouldn't ordinarily pick up, but I can see how they go, because some Zara things are really worth picking up. I have some more stuff there, which is part of this donation, and some of the stuff which I've sourced I just didn't get around to photographing it, because I just thought I need to stop at some point, so that, because otherwise I'll just spend all day taking photographs and then not actually list anything and it'll be completely pointless. So I got all of them photographed and then got them on, and I think I'd got them on by about 8 o'clock, and then I moved on to this stock take that I'm doing, thinking let's see what we can get done. And just because the more stuff I have out there, the more chances I have of selling things on selling 100 items on this offer. So let's see how we do. I'll have a look at my figures in a minute and see exactly how many I actually listed, because I should have technically listed around 500 things, I think, that should fall into this offer, maybe about 450, but because this all started at the first of the month and I was a bit lousy at listing, there'll only be a few straggling listings of re-auction stuff. I'll be able to see exactly how much stuff I have potentially listed that will be applicable to this offer, so I'll have a little look and see. But I'm going to go to the post office first, because it's so nice when I go in at 9:30 in the morning. It's so nice because you can walk straight up to the till. You don't have any people ricocheting into you. It's just nicer on the pavements, but it'll be midday by the time I'm there now, so there'll be lots of riff-raff around. Oh no. Anyway, right, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm going to have to close this curtain. It's like boring into my eyes and I can't read my PC. So, it's saying on here that I've used 555 of my listings for this month, and I've used 106 of my auction things. So a load of the stuff has gone on auction. I'd say I've probably sent around 60 of my items that I went through to auction, but there's other stuff that will have listed in that window, so it may well apply to this final fee offer. But looking at the 550, it's probably about 520, 530 of them that have fallen into this offer. So, you know, I've only got to sell 20% of all that listing to get a full 100 done. And it already says that the 8 things have gone through on the final valuation thing. And the previous one, it's now saying 52, but 53, and it was 52. So I don't know what that last one that applied, because it's all about how, when the transaction is complete. So sometimes if somebody spends ages paying, sometimes it doesn't come up. But anyway, I'm quite happy with that. I don't think there should be any like really low stuff. There'll be using up my quota, but I'll be so stoked if I can actually get 100 of those done. That would be amazing. I have got to get on with this. So this is, hang on, can you see? I've got boxes. I've got stuff here which I'm working through. I've got a pile of stuff which I'm working through. This, you see, I'm changing my comments on my listings because I've just got the wrong remarks on my listings. I've got this nonsense thing. Now I've clicked on drafts. It's unsold that I'm in. Right, so next thing to relist is Jaeger. A Jaeger horrible top. This should probably just go on auction because it's just so basic. I've been trying to sell that for $14.99, so I need to drop that down to about 10. So when I press sell similar, obviously I should be showing you this. There's all of these. So you've got your basic ones, your required item specifics, and then on recommended, and additional. So you've got recommended and additional. So I'm making sure that required, recommended and additional all have something in it. So that includes things like the character family. So I am tending to put either epic or home or eclipse because that just means nothing to anybody really. Country of manufacture, I'll put them in. Most of it would be China or Turkey or India. I mean, India's got quite a boom to it because of Indian cotton, so that's not so bad. But then some of them, they don't have it on. So this is Portugal. So that, you know, manufactured in Portugal is worth putting on. A collar style. You know, you don't generally have collar style, but I might just click spread on that. Graphic print. The MPN. I'll put the MPN in. I'll go to the trouble of doing that. Year manufactured. It's giving you a date range on the year manufactured. So 2010 to 2019 is a date range. So I may as well just click that because it's bound to fit into that. Or you can tell by the thing, this isn't referring to a website, but it looks a bit more modern manufacture than the 90s. So I might just put 2000 to 2009 on that one. Model, if I don't know the model, I'll just put the brand name back in. And then this comment that I've put at the end, I've put stuff on here about, please note that import tax charges are applicable to overseas buyers. That's relevant. But then I've got all this garbage here about the pandemic is on and I'm still operating a one-day dispatch. To further reassure you, any risk of the virus will be managed. And it's so cringe that I've even put that in. So I've got a better one that refers to, you know, it just says, I appreciate everybody who supports my small business. And I'm putting that comment in. And saying, I'm listing a mixture of stuff on a daily basis. New items are listed daily. A mixture of buy it now and auction, so please follow my store. I've put those things on. I could have probably expanded on that, but you know, I don't want too much nonsense. People don't read this anyway, so I'm pasting that thing in over this other remark caveat that I used to have. But I swear this little box that you write stuff in has got smaller. I swear it has. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why I felt that it was valuable what I did last week, and why it probably took a bit longer, because I just thought I'm just going to be really anal and really pedantic about filling in all this information, because as far as I'm concerned, is if eBay is asking for it and suggesting it, let's just do it before the required, you know, before the, what is it, recommended and other. Recommended and additional, you know, those additionals will suddenly become recommended, and the recommended will suddenly become required. So if I just fill it all in, then if these things happen and the listing is still there, it just moves with the times. But the other thing is that a lot of these things that are required or additional, or recommended, a lot of those I'm filling them in and then they're dropping out because I can see at the bottom where I've got ones that I've filled in, like manufacturer's colour, that one disappeared. But I can see that it's still got the imprint of what I've previously put. And something that they never seem to add, except on shoe listings, is US sizing and EU sizing. I don't know why they're not on there, because I add that as my own item specific, because if you're trying to sell overseas and you don't have that as an item specific, I just think it's a complete, you're not helping matters. So I just, you know, these things apply to shoes but not clothes, and yet they always have it written on. Why does it matter? So anyway, that's me ranting again. I'll show you what I've actually achieved this week. These are my boxes. I know it doesn't look any different in here because all of that's gone into chaos, but this is everything that I'm sorting. So the stuff which I showed you has come out of these flowery bags. So I am working on what's in there next. It is happening. But everything in here, in these boxes, is tidy. Well, they're probably not very good examples, but they're tidy and I'm able to like go to things. So I've split my jumpers up and I think they look pretty tidy from the side. I had no trouble finding anything that had sold today. These still need stock taking, but I mean, I've sold 2 things today from there. I'm quite happy with what I've done with all that. That's Lego. I mean, it's going down dramatically and I really need to move on to doing Lego. This is the stock take that I'm finishing. So this is all women's tops and blouses. So the stuff in the boxes is done. It's the stuff on the top and there I'm just doing now. So I'm going to be ending and relisting the stuff which is done. That's stuff that's listed. I just need to work out what's going on here. I'm sure some of this is supposed to be on auction, but I've been through everything and it seems, I don't know, I feel like some of this has dropped off. Because some of it, I just, like this for example, I haven't seen a listing for that. So I think this listing has vanished. So I need to look into that. It's worth doing because I'm sure I'll be able to find the photos for that if it has just not relisted when I've done an auction. I have no idea why this stuff happens. It's a phenomenon that happens. I think that's disappeared as well. I haven't seen that. It's so frustrating. And as you can see, this is clear. And then I've got these few bits here which I might photograph now. And then everything else in this apartment is a complete mess. So I went out today. We've got loads of really nice Polish shops near the place that I go to. And I have got to show you this. I've bought this for my husband because he does like his alcohol. But we do have I'm sure you've seen our little display of alcohol. But look at this, isn't that cool? I can't believe it. We like to have cocktails, and this is brandy, so brandy cocktails are a thing. So this is Armenian brandy, and they had loads of stuff like this, not just the Pegasus. So they had a bull, randomly loads and loads of grenades and guns and swords and really random stuff. Other than this, but I quite like that. It's £22 that was. Which when you consider how much the crystal head skull is, you just think, well, maybe it doesn't cost that much to sculpt this glass, but it's so nice. So I got that for him, and some of these pickled things, because they do have some really nice stuff at the Polish supermarkets. Right. I'm going to tie this video up before it becomes one of these long, stupid ones. I just do daily vlogs. I'm going to carry on with that stuff. Hopefully do some photos because for some reason the sun is out. It just can't plan for anything. I am going to have to list some more of those clothes rather than doing Lego, although I'm really tempted to move on to the Lego. Maybe I will just do the Lego because it's in the living room. So technically the Lego is more in the way than the clothes. Right, I'll do that. I'll do the Lego next after I've done the clothes that are ready. It's just that it's so difficult because I know that the Lego will sell well because it's half term. And yeah, I've got a lot of summery dresses in there which I could really do with throwing on auction. But I just don't know what to do best, but what to do for the best and what to do first. But the Lego, I've spent a lot of money on some of these job lots of Lego and they really need sorting through. I've got one which I sort of like half did, and I know that there'll be pieces that I need in this job lot that I've got here, and the last job lot that I bought I spent £120 on, knowing that I can get back about 300, so I really need to like crack on with it. You know, and it would have been ideal if I had been able to do it, that I would have been able to put some of this stuff on the final valuation fee, because there'll be like £50 sets. But it's so time consuming doing the Lego. Once you've like washed it and you've got it out and you're sorting through it, it just becomes very long-winded. Hence why I kind of just wanted to do it while it was, you know, the week of the month where you just want to do very little. But I'm probably going to do my clothes, do a few listings, and then just sit and do that. And I am going to go out for a sourcing trip tomorrow in conjunction with a walk and see what I can get. I've sent my offers out this lunch, not had anything back. Well, no, I did. I lie. I've had a Gina Bocconi thing, but I know that I got that from TK Maxx. There's no money in that, so it's all just, it's just an exercise in annoyance. But there you go. It's one of those things, isn't it? Right, I am going to get on with this now. I would definitely do the stock take again when there's one of these final valuation fee things on, because I do think it will pay off. I'm hoping that I use all 100 this month, and if I don't, then I really need to rethink what I'm doing. Okay, right, let's crack on. I love the fact that this, you know, this post is here, and what is it? It's just another NHS miser. Not who I was hoping to get a letter from. That's the respiratory people. So, trip to Wythenshawe it is. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you again with another rambling blogue. Vogue. Somebody's trying to get in on the camera here. Goodbye.